All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Off the Field channel. We're back today for a new video. This is going to be my last time, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but actually, unfortunately, my last time covering the Broncos because if you don't know, Russell Wilson is got benched by Sean Payton and what's it called? And the only reason I ever followed the Broncos was because of him. I'm a Seahawks fan. If you guys didn't know that, I just kind of had like a little bit of problems with the way Pete Carroll ran things sometimes, but that's not the point. I was a Seahawks fan before, and I'm still a Seahawks fan now, but I just wanted a little bit break from the Seahawks. Decided to see how my boy Russ was gonna do in Denver, and unfortunately uh, it wasn't good, and some part his fault, some part others. But we're gonna break it all down, and we're gonna see. Just gonna talk about it, and yeah. So it came out a couple days ago that they are planning to sit him, and then for the final two games, and he's gonna be the backup quarterback, and then they plan to cut him in sometime in March, because of like some physical stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess like the first thing we should talk about is like this season and how it's went so far, and I got some stats I'm gonna pull up real quick. And I know stats though bring up everything and stuff like that, but I just wanted to talk about this real quick. But yeah, Russell Wilson's stats and ranking doing in the NFL through week 16. Shout out to Zach Stevens. If you are a Broncos fans and you want like a beat writer to follow, he's pretty a good one. He has a podcast, pretty decent, not too great, not too bad, but yeah. 66.4 completion percentage. That ranks 10th in the NFL. 204.7 passing yards. That ranks 21st in the NFL. 26 passing touchdown. That ranks ninth in the NFL. 5.8 touchdown percentage. That ranks that's tied for second in the NFL. 1.8 interception percentage. That ranks 11th in the NFL. 98th passer rating. That ranks seventh in the NFL. 50.6 QBR. That ranks 21st in the NFL. He's been sacked 45 times. That's fourth most in the league. He's had four-game winning drives, and he's had four what's it called, four fourth quarter comebacks in the NFL, and that those are both tied for most. And then I'm just gonna pull up his what's it called his other stats. Russell Wilson, eh, stats for you because he ran a little bit this year. Uh, Hold up, let me stop screen present. Share screen. We're gonna go stat news. Shout out stat news as always. So like he's like part of the other three. I'm just gonna follow up a little bit some more. 98th passer rating, 3,070 yards, 26 touchdown, 8 interceptions, and 15 games. Um, Damn, let's get his Russian stats because I believe he had a few. He did some good stuff on the. So he had 341 Russian yards and what's it called? Three Russian touchdowns. Right. So what happened this year that made the Broncos want to bench Russ and want to move on from him? In my opinion, two things happened. Uh, Sean Payton never liked Russ from the beginning, and he made that clear. I feel like in multiple ways. Feel like the first week Sean Payton took the job, he took shots at Russ with the office thing. When multiple quarterbacks in the league have an office, what's it called? Kenny Pickett has an office with the Steelers. Kirk Cousins has an office. He had one in DC, and I'm pretty sure he has ones in Minnesota, and a bunch of other players have offices. So the fact that people kept using this office thing as a something to hold on to and criticize Russ for, when what he was doing in there most likely was studying plays, never made sense to me. They made it seem like it was some type of power thing where he was forcing players to come watch him, come meet him, or some shit like that. No, he just had an office where he could probably, if he didn't want to go home and study his plays, he can do it there. Like, if he's the quarterback, he's getting paid $250 million. You think, oh my gosh, an office is the last thing he's gonna get, right? It's a fucking office, bro. Like, I don't get why people were so pissed at that, or why that was some type of like thing to hold against him, and that never made sense to me. Uh, what's it called? And then apparently in like week something, they came to him and told him that they were gonna bench him if he didn't wait some guarantee, injury guarantee and shit like that. Russ clearly said no and continued on playing well. They won a couple games, got back in the playoff hunt, and then until recently, everything went to shit. Now, Rush stats has not, in my opinion, some of Rush stats are good, some of Rush stats are bad. You can spin it however you want, in my opinion. You can spin the EPA or the advanced stats and make it seem bad, and show that Russ is not that great of a quarterback and he's the stats are lying and shit like that. Or if you want to, you can spin it and make it look good. It doesn't matter. I will tell you that Russ didn't play. From what I've seen Russ play, that was not his best season. But compared to what he was last year, that was such an improvement, and I think that's what we needed. This is his first year bouncing back from last year in a new system. We gotta remember that too, and he was bouncing back, so we gotta calm down. I never expected Russ to put up 2020 numbers when he had like over 4K yards and 40 plus touchdowns. I didn't expect that from him. I just needed a little bit. I needed him to improve, and he did that. Now, is there things that Russ does that probably hinders an offense a little bit? Yes. Does he probably take too many sacks? Yes. Does he probably take when guys are open, does he probably look off of them to go and look for the bigger play? Yes. And but at the same time, I feel like he's being criticized and he's being scapegoated for for a team not having a lot of talent. We're looking at how many touchdowns do you think the Broncos, rushing touchdowns do you think the Broncos have? Broncos Russians. How many rushing yards? Broncos rushing stats. Let's try that. So as a team, they've ran for 360, 161 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. Russ has three of those touchdowns, so take three of that away. That's four. He has 300 of the 16, basically 1600. So take that's 1300. That's not good for a team that wants to be run first. I'm watching Javante Williams get stuffed multiple times at the line. He, excuse me, but yet he's not benched. When especially when they have a guy Samaje P. Ryan who seems to be a better runner than him and who can run the quick game and stuff like that way better than Samaje P. Ryan, who also had a fumble that in their game that the Broncos lost against the Patriots, who had a fumble and that fumble that they lost and the Patriots recovered somehow. But yet he's not benched. But you want to bench Russell Wilson. I'm watching Mike McGlinchey, the one that you made the highest paid tackle, right tackle, Champagne. You, because they had a different tackle last year. You made Mike McGlinchey the highest paid right tackle in the league, right? And guess what? He's been a turnstile half the time. right? But no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to bench him, right? I'm seeing this guy get his ass handed to him by rookies. If you go watch the Texans game, one of the main reasons why they lose and why Russ has to spin out of pressure is because of Mike McGlinchey. He's losing his battle. How many times do you have to get your ass handed to you, Mike McGlinchey? There's a reason why they use him to run behind him and not to pass block. I'm watching him and he sucks. The 49ers fan said it, and any other fan that came out, when go look at the reactions when Mike McGlinchey signed for the Broncos. Look at how everybody said overpay, overpay, overpay. He's a bad pass protector. That's not the type of guy you want behind Russell Wilson. That's not the type of guy you want next to Russell Wilson, because the guys Russell Wilson is really gonna make shit worse, in my opinion, with his running around and shit. So now you're gonna get bad pass blocking right tackle. That's a recipe for the disaster. I bet you can't name me the starting tight end for the Broncos. You cannot. It's a bunch of nobodies, undrafted free agents. Marvin Mims, the guy that everybody wants to say, get Marvin to win the ball, right? On kickoff, he fumbles the ball, and guess what the Patriots do? They recover the fumble and they return it for a touchdown. How many points did the Broncos lose by again? By three, right? By three. You said three? He cost them 7 points by himself, right? Will Lutz missed a field goal before halftime. How many did the Broncos lose again by? By three, right? Go check the Raiders game. Missed an extra point, and I believe he missed a field goal also. Same thing in the Commanders game. So that's two games, three games Will Lutz cost him. One game Marvin Mims cost him. Mike McGlinchey, you've been getting beat left and right, but we're not gonna say anything about you, right? All these guys get to do whatever they want, keep messing up, but Russell Wilson is the one that needs to be scapegoated because the offense doesn't work without him. Jerry Judy. Now Jerry Judy's an interesting player because his route running is one of the he's one of the better route runners in the league, right? I won't even lie to you. There are times when he's open and Russ doesn't throw him the ball. And then there are times when he is open and Russ throws him the ball. And guess what he does? He drops it. Go watch the Chargers game. Multiple times he drops the ball. Multiple times. He had a touchdown. All he had to do is bring his other feet down. Guess what? No, he didn't do that. And guess what? He still celebrated like he scored a touchdown when he know damn well he didn't get his other foot inbound. Multiple times he cost Russell big yards and big plays. But guess what? He doesn't get benched, right? But everybody wants to keep showing the good stuff that Jerry Judy's doing and say, "Oh, he's wide open. Russ isn't throwing the ball." If I'm throwing you the ball, like you can get your feet down in the end zone, you can catch the ball when I'm throwing you the ball. Why would I keep throwing it to you? I don't care if you're open. You're not gonna catch the ball. So it's either this is the issue with the Broncos. It's either they can't run the ball after the 5 game winning streak. Don't look at their rushing stats. I promise you, do not look at it because it's terrible. So you can't run the ball when you want it to be a running offense. When you prioritize a running, and you said you want it to be a running team, and you're the team, the your right tackle and the left guard that you bought in free agency, they both been terrible, not great in pass blocking, and not great in. And guess what? Now it seems that the running back can't find the holes that they're somehow creating, right? But guess what? One person gets the blame. One person gets the blame. Why is Javante Williams still out there? Why is Jerry Judy still out there? Why is Mike McGlinchey still out there? Why is Ben Powers still out there? The only person that on that field that can hold their head high is Cortland Sutton, Garrett Bowles, Lord Cushionberry, and Quinn Miners. How many times do the Broncos have a false start or some shit like that kills a drive? But guess what? You just see three and outs, three and outs, three and outs, and guess what? Like you blame down Russell Wilson. I'm seeing Sean Payton, and when they need to get a touchdown, Sean Payton calls back-to-back screen calls, and then expects Russ to do a miracle on third down to save his ass, right? But oh no, three and outs is all Russell Wilson's fault. Why are you calling back-to-back screens when it doesn't work? It hasn't worked in a while. Your offense is too predictable, bro. You want to say Russell Wilson's holding your offense back, and that's the reason why shit is not happening, and you can't open the playbook because he can't do that shit. If you're gonna die with, if you're gonna, how can you properly assess Russell Wilson if you don't give it like open the playbook, let us see him feel, and that doesn't make sense to me. We're not even talking about the defense today or anything like that. Like I'm not sitting here and saying Russell Wilson is perfect quarterback. I will never say that because I've watched him for since what 2012, 2013. That's close to 10 years now, a decade. I know his faults, bro. I know he doesn't target the field as much as he should. I know that sometimes he holds onto the ball way longer than he should. I scream at the TV myself, telling him to get rid of the ball sometimes and to hit the open guy. But guess what? Sean Payton, from the first day, you never had any confidence in him. You never put any belief in him. How is he supposed to perform? Huh? You undermine him in every way that you can. You tell him to stop kissing babies in public like he's a politician. All this shit. Bro, how do you think he looks nuts? How do you think his teammates look at him, bro? If the Broncos themselves are not a good team, they gave up 70 damn points to the fucking Dolphins for a reason. They're not a good team. But guess what? One person is gonna get blamed for that, and that's fine. We're gonna see what happens on Sunday when Jared Stidham gets in there, and if he rips it and he has a great game, hey, hands up. Guess what? Russell Wilson might have been the problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? I'm wrong. Russell Wilson is washed. That's it, right? But what happens when we see the same shit that we've been seeing? Because the same shit happened last year with Brett Ripken when everybody blamed Russell Wilson. He came in there and did the same shit, and now look at that. Oh, damn! It wasn't just a. It might have been Nathaniel Hackett too, and it's not just Russell Wilson, huh? So what happens when we see that? Does Sean Payton get any blame? When he does get blamed, then we can have a real conversation. At the end of the day, did Russ deliver on his contract? No. But did anyone have any faith in the guy, bro? No one had faith in him. You're coming to him after they beat the Chiefs in the bye week and tell him, "Oh, we're gonna bench you if we don't do this." How am I supposed to go out and perform? How? How? You want me to bench you? You're trying to bench me, and you want me to go out there and perform at my best. You want me to go out there and stand in the damn pocket and take fucking hits, but you're telling me you're gonna cut me. Why the fuck would I do that? Of course I'm gonna bail out when I think my dumbass right tackle is gonna get beat or my left guard is gonna get beat. So you think I'm gonna stick in there and get hit? No. Of course I'm gonna have trigger. I'm gonna have a happy feet, bro. I'm getting out of there, bro. I'm prioritizing my health, bro. Guess what? Now next year, maybe I can go find a new team, and guess what? Maybe we can go make a real run. Why would I stick in the pocket for it? Get drilled to make a fucking hit, bro? No, Russell Wilson's a better man than me because I would have been calling goal balls, deep routes, anything, mask all my stats. And guess what? When that shit don't start working, I'm a faking injury, and then y'all gotta pay me another extra 30 mil. How about that? You lucky, like I don't know, man. Like whatever goes on in Denver, bro. Hey, bro. I'm lucky I don't got I'm happy I don't gotta root for them anymore. All right. Hopefully, Russ lands somewhere that's good and a team that actually believes in him. And that doesn't mean he doesn't need to improve on his faults. We've seen it all the way in his days in Seattle. But I believe he's checking the ball down, which was a fault that he never wanted to do. All right. He's did that way more. Now he's spreading the ball a lot more. And I believe if he can be put in a team that has a good option and that can run the ball and do all those things, that's why I think the Falcons would be a good option for him. The Steelers, if they fix their own line, I think a team like the Patriots, depending on what they do, if they keep Bill Belichick, I would love to see him there. But anyway, I pray my guy gets right. I pray for his mental health. because that shit's not cool, bro. Back to back years, he got to deal with this shit, bro. That shit is not cool for him, bro. And yeah, like Russ didn't deliver like he should have. Champagne did deliver like he should have, and that's my stance on it. All right. But guess what? I'm gonna still rock with Russell Wilson because there's worse people you could root for to do better, bro. So I'm gonna always rock with him. He's a good guy. I hope he bounces back. I hope he comes back and win the MVP and a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP because I'm gonna pray for that because people have been shitting on him year after year, and I honestly, bro, like I don't know how the guy's still going, bro. Honestly, bro, like I don't know how, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it. We're gonna go back into uh, we're gonna have a Laker vid coming up soon. I'm just waiting. Podcast also coming up soon for the end of the year, but I just wanted to make this video because there's a lot of things going on around his name, and I just wanted to kind of come out here, fight for my guy because I know he deserves better, and yeah, and when we look at everything in totality, it's not just Russell Wilson. It's the play calling. It's the people around him. All right, but hey, guess what? He's the one that got paid the big bucks, and unfortunately, he didn't deliver onto that. Hey, but guess what? He still got 100 in that. He got like over 100 million guaranteed money. Next year, he can sign for 1 mil and still get 30 plus from the Broncos. Because guess what? Hey, and the Broncos still gotta pay him that money. So now he can give his team a great competitive advantage. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Hopefully my guy continues to do well. And he bounces back even better next year. Next year we're going for the MVP, the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl MVP, and that's what we're gonna pray. But yeah, that's what we're gonna pray for because that shit is not fair in my opinion. One guy getting all the blame for the whole team's issues, bro. Did you hear anything about Pat Sertan this week? No, you didn't hear anything, right? Did you hear anything about the pass rush? Nothing, right? But guess what? Bailey Zappi cooked that defense. He fried them up. Like they won't say anything about that. It's Russell Wilson that needs to be benched. Just remember that. And on Russ's part, be careful what you wish for, bro. Because you wish for Sean Payton. That's who you wanted to replace Pete Carroll. And look at it. Hey, now you might gotta go swallow your pride and go somewhere you don't want to be. You know what? And that's the situation now. At the end of the day, I trust him to put the work in to get better, and I believe he will get better. And I believe that God is with him, and things will be better at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean that's all I can really say. Shout out my boy Russ, shout out his whole family and everything. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. It's still fuck Sean Payton, fuck the Broncos, and that's all I got.